I have a standing desk at home.
I have a standing desk and an air fryer. Hello. I'm Zach, by the way.
And vegan shoes. I hate that.
Struggling from success.
I am too successful.
Why do you look like Jackie Chan when he was 12 years old?
You know, we both kind of had that same apprehension, like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I don't know if I'm too washed up to be able to go up in front of those people anymore. Or I don't know if I'm going to be able to work After Effects anymore. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Uneducation Station podcast. Of course, my name is Zach, and I'm here with my hostess with the mostest, Arthur.
Hello, I'm Arthur. Welcome back to Uneducation Station podcast.
Yes.
Hello, welcome back. You know, a couple of things have changed. Zach, you may, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Arthur,
What is that giant dong in front of your face?
why do you look like Jackie Chan when he was 12 years old? I know. Don't worry. You may also be wondering, that's a cool mic, Zach. Arthur. Yes, it is a cool mic. But it's a mic you guys may be familiar with if you follow the Twitter, the Twitch, Anuki Dio.
Good plugs.
You can tell it's been a long time since we've done this. But by the time this episode... No, we're not going to say it. It's not going to happen. Everything is fine, Zach. Everything is fine.
Dude,
it's okay.
It's fine. Everything's fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
No worries. Don't worry about it. Everything is fine, Zach. Don't worry about it. But yes, I'm going to be using the microphone that I use here over there. Nobody knows where there is because of being blocked by a thing. My setup for my Twitch streamer gaming Zach. The stream over there, Zach. As you use the RE320. I Electro Voice RE320. And I love this
microphone.
It's a very sexy microphone. I love it a lot. Although the cadence on it is a little interesting. I prefer the RE20 more, but this, oh, excuse me, that was gross. Good thing I didn't do it in the microphone. The thing about the RE320, right? I'm not the biggest fan of the siblings, but I mean, it's a little brother of the RE20, which is the microphone most of you guys have seen before. It's usually like this ugly beige color, but it sounds phenomenal. And I think it is the best sounding microphone for voice, in my opinion. Yeah. You may have seen it in things like podcasts, your favorite streamers, Bo Burnham Inside.
Bro, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was watching and I was like, he has the RE320. What the heck? That's funny. That's wild.
And I think the coolest thing about that too is that you could tell that it was like a solid microphone.
Oh yeah, it's like what I believe looked like the SM58 was like solid for the beginning of the first hour or so, right? Like solid, sounded great, especially when you're mixing it and you have the reverb and stuff. It sounds phenomenal. The RE20, I bet you most people didn't even notice, but I noticed it, Zach, because I know the RE20. I know it, Zach. I've done extensive research to figure out what my end game microphone was, and it was not this. But you know why I got this, Zach?
Why'd you get that?
Did I even tell? I don't even know if I ever talked about this, because I was looking for a microphone. I was looking to upgrade from my AT2020, Zach. It was time. It was time, Zach. I've owned the AT2020 since when I first started streaming, almost. Yeah, I think so, actually. No, I mean, I had my newer, as we all did, the toners, the newers, you know, the NW700. You know, we had to, right? Yeah. It's all good. And then I upgraded to the AT2020, and that was my microphone for years. And I was like, you know what? It's time. I'm using the AT20 right now again. I still love the AT2020. It's built like a fucking brick. You can kill someone with it, and the grill won't dent. Like, it's that good.
You could rage, throw it off a second story roof, and it would still sound great.
I could kill Superman with it.
What's his kryptonite? The Audio-Technica AT2020.
It's made out of kryptonite. That's why. It's made out of vibranium, Zach.
Adamantium.
But I decided I wanted to upgrade my mic because I was into it. You know, I was getting into this whole microphone situation. The same way I was getting into headphones and stuff. Right. That's besides the point, because we don't need to talk about that, because I don't want to open old wounds, because I will get back into it. But
old wounds, I love that.
But I was looking at, I mean, I always knew about the RE20 and I always knew about the RE320. And in general, they don't sound similar, but like they're not the same at all. They're very different cadences. I like that word. But they're similar in their own regards, just because, I mean, they're by the same people. So, you know, you'll hear those similarities. Same thing where you'll hear the similarities between the Shure SM7B, the Shure SM57, the Shure SM58. Right. SM48 for that matter, the cheapo one, which I kind of want to get.
Bro, low-key kind of want to do the same thing.
It's like $20-30. Like, why not? Anyways, no. Then I found this, Zach, the RE320 on Amazon, refurbished. You know how much this goes for, Zach, for new?
I would say like 200 something.
300. 299.
Damn.
The Big Brother RE20 will be 449. 449, 300. This is a $300 microphone, Zach. Found it refurbished for $200.
What a bargain.
What a bargain, Zach. I know. And I was looking for a $200 microphone.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I was going to go, a $200 microphone. So I found a $300 microphone for $200. Refurbished. So it's refurbished. Well, we all know about refurbished things, Zach. We all know about used.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who knows about the quality? I look in the reviews and people were like, we have no clue why these are refurbished. They're brand new, out of the box, sealed, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like never been opened. There's no scratches, there's no nothing, and everything sounds fine. And some guy's like, I bought like 10 of them. I'm like, well, he bought 10. I should buy one.
If he bought 10 and they all looked the same, I feel like I could buy one and I would be fine.
I think my odds are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I bought one. And yeah, it was great. It was fine. It sounds great.
You know, this ends up kind of talking about a similar topic that we've talked about previously,
Mm-hmm.
like getting the good deals and like finding good stuff used in the used
Mm-hmm.
market, because believe it or not, a lot of people take really good care of their stuff.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean, it depends, right? But usually when it comes to like tech and high and specific tech, like not necessarily your run of the mill tech, but tech that you would have to get into research to figure it out.
yeah.
You know, they do take good care of that. I mean, camera lenses, right?
Yeah, dude, like the coolest thing. So this is a little bit of a tangent, but it's along a similar vein. So when I bought my Canon 24-105, that was the first high-end, you know, $500 lens that I ever bought.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up meeting this guy who was like a couple years older than me. You know, I was like 18, 19 when I was getting into it. And he was like, yeah, I've basically kept this thing in the camera bag the entire time I've owned it. I've never dropped it, never scratched the lens. It's had a UV filter on it the entire time I've owned the lens. That same UV filter I'm using, you know, 4 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it ended up being in impeccable shape. And I had absolutely no problems with it. And it's still like one of the best lenses I have in my bag right now.
Mm-hmm.
And out of all of the lenses that I have right now, I think only 2 of them I ever bought brand new out of like the 5 or 6 that I have right now.
Mm-hmm. Like things like that, right? It's hobbyist. Nice. I don't even know what oh, it's this. See, I told you, this is why I hate this shock mount. Because there's so many things that can be hit still. I was complaining about these cheap $10, $20 shock mounts that we've used for the podcast.
Yes.
That everybody has used this shock. Everybody has used this, Zach.
Everybody still use this.
You still use it. It wasn't until recently, until I bought a new one, that I've found that this thing sucks shit. And that one was only, so that was like $50, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, it's pretty substantial in its own regard, right?
Yeah.
But I learned that it's way better than this. I mean, yes, it's doing the thing, right?
Yeah.
Generally, it's doing. I'm smacking the table right now.
Right.
And y'all should have heard when this shock mount was not in this microphone. Oh man, it was like an earthquake.
Dude,
it was like an earthquake. It was like an earthquake.
Down.
It was like an earthquake inside of a church.
Dude, I would set my drink down over here on the like on a different table, and you would still hear the boom.
You can hear the bump, but that's just the nature of things being clamped into a table.
Yeah.
But boy, you would hear boom. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, it was not pretty.
What kind of EDM bullshit is going on here?
I know, this is how they did it, Zach. So now I have to be careful because this is just a metal rod that's sticking out. That I can just do that for. I'm sorry, I'll stop. But anyways, what the hell were we saying? Oh yeah, don't buy these $20 shock mounts. Just spend a little bit more. You'll thank yourself. I mean, you can get this to get yourself started. We all did.
Oh yeah.
It's honest, and 9 out of 10 times it probably came with your microphone kit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Use it.
And I was just saying off camera that I'm still using the same shock mount that I used for my first toner setup.
Uh-huh.
Like that was what I used, and I still use that same thing because it works well enough And I mean, Jackson has my AT 2020 right now. And so right now I'm currently using the SM57 and I'm having fun with it. But yeah, it's like, what were we talking about? Oh, used microphones.
Used things. Yes.
Used tech.
Right. Yes. When it comes to hobbyist things, like an RE320, who the fuck has an RE320 and doesn't know anything about microphones?
Nobody.
If anything, it would be like a Shure SM7B.
Yeah.
Ha ha. You know what I mean? Ha. It would have like sticker residue on it and shit because people put stickers on their RSM7B. You know what I mean? That's what it would be. That's what it would RSM7B.
I hate that.
But nobody would nobody would just take an RE320. And nobody knows what an RE320. If anything, they know what an RE20 is.
Right.
Nobody knows what an RE320 is. I don't even know what the other one, because there's another version of this, another younger sister of this, if you will, of the RE20. I forget what that one's called. But it's like more shiny. It's interesting.
Shiny.
It's very, very different in sound. But, you know, it's like, whoever used this, microphones are, if they're built really well, like I could probably still even drop it and still sell it for a decent amount of price, because at a certain point, if you're buying something like this, you're not buying it for the look. I mean, maybe as a part of it, you know, I don't want it to be super fucking ugly, but you know the sound that it produces and you buy it for the sound. I mean, you see people with massive microphone contraptions, you know what I mean? Pop filters and shock mounts and things and stuff, and it's huge. But that they don't care about how it looks like, Zach. They're not Twitch streamers.
Right. And I mean, if you think about the practicality of having a microphone for a long time, like this microphone has been around since episode 1. I've been using this microphone since the very first episode of the podcast.
I'm the only one who's changed, or, you know.
Which will eventually change at some point. But this is like the tried and true. Like I've been using this microphone this entire time, and I've been able to keep it in pretty good shape. Like we've messed around with it. We moved it around a whole bunch, taking it off, putting it back on, you know, dropped it a couple times probably.
No, we did not drop it. I don't think we dropped it. I don't remember dropping it. I mean, it may have happened. Just,
I mean, okay, I think I might have dropped it, but it was on like a carpeted floor. But
I'm trying not to leave evidence, Zach, when I resell it at some point.
Nah, dude,
I'm just kidding. Even if you do drop it, it's fine.
Yeah. Unless
the microphone itself like dies or defects, then honestly, you could most likely sell a microphone for close to the same price as you bought it. You know?
Yeah.
That's how it goes. I mean, I'm just surprised that this was $100 fucking bucks off.
Yeah.
That's pretty substantial. That's 33% off. That's pretty large, Zach. Shavings. You know, I told you, Zach, I only buy things if they're on sale, because I feel like I'm getting a bargain.
Bro, okay. So my mom has kind of instilled that into me for the longest time. And so I find myself looking at like the deals on Amazon, or like, you know, looking at eBay factory refurbished stuff. And like I think the thing with factory refurbished, a lot of times it ends up being completely like not redone, but they make sure that everything is in good shape, like electronically and everything like that.
Right.
And so it may not look the best, but when it comes to like microphones and those types of things, it's definitely gonna sound the same.
Right. It's hard because it's so hit or miss, because we've seen the stories of just like, yeah, I got this laptop and there was a fucking pube hair on it, you know? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, what are we supposed to do, you know? And there's that, and there's also there's that scenario, and the scenario where, yeah, I mean, there was literally, the box wasn't even open.
Right.
There wasn't even any damage in the box. So if this was used, then that means not only did it go through shipping once, it went through shipping twice. UPS touched this box twice. That shit probably should have bent in half.
I wish I could say that you were
I'm
wrong.
not wrong. Why would I? Yeah. Before they ship things, they do a bend test for the box. That's why they always break. Oh, it bent. All right. That's how.
Will it bend?
Will it bend?
Will it blend?
Will it tend? Who knows? That's what the shipping companies do. That's their job. They make sure the box is fine by launching it. And if they hear, then they're like, ah, shit. Okay, I'll mark that down.
For scientific purposes.
For scientific purposes, we'll mark it down. Still ship it though. Anyways, sorry, we're lashing out for a bit. Sorry. By the way, the keyboard giveaway that I did a bit ago. By the time this episode goes out, it'll be a long time ago, but it was a success. It's good, and it turned out really well. So I said I was not going to do international shipping, but then I lit an asterisk, and I said, if you are willing to pay customs, like I'll pay for everything else, but for the custom import, then I'll do it. And that kind of worked, but it got really messy really quick. So the winner is Canadian, and God bless someone I knew. Oh man, that, first of all, don't worry, it wasn't rigged. I even showed the results too. I picked 5 winners. So that way, if winner 1 didn't, then I can go to winner 2, or if winner 1 was, overseas or something, and they didn't want to pay the shipping, because we don't know how much the import's going to be until I do it. Yeah. So we figure it out, and if it's like way too much, it's all good. Go to the next one. I'm not gonna, it's up to you. It's like, okay, I get it. It's like at this point, you should have just bought it yourself and built it yourself. Yeah. So yeah, but it worked out. It was still kind of expensive just to ship to Canada, but it wasn't egregiously expensive. But I was still like, are you fucking kidding me? Not bad though. Did what it needed to do, and that's good. But there's so many things that could have went wrong that I imagine that if this was not someone I knew, this would have sucked. Because I had to ask for like their real name and their address and stuff, which is fine, but then email and phone number. And I'm like, dude, okay, I would feel so uncomfortable asking this to a stranger, because like I would never do that. Yeah. But I feel like something is wrong, because if some high octane, person held a giveaway, I mean, I'm sure they do it through like agencies and stuff, and they figure that out themselves and probably custom ship it or some shit, right? Yeah. But if some guy wanted to ship something overseas, how, and I don't know this person. It's just like, I just went for this giveaway and I won, but he's from British land or something. Yeah. And I won, and he's like, all right, bruv, I'm not gonna do that, sorry.
Give me your address.
Give me your address. Give me your IP,
your social security number.
Your mother's maiden name, Yeah. I'm like, oh, fuck. But I'm like, I didn't want to be that person, because I mean, I know I'm not gonna do that. But how do they know I'm not gonna do that? I was gonna feel really bad if there's a winner that I don't know. They don't know me. I don't know. They don't know me. And I'm like, all right, you mind if I get your full name, your email address, your phone number? So I feel like, oh no. So I need to really look into, like, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe there's something I needed to do beforehand, or maybe there's a special service for giveaways or something along those lines. Because I would assume that, yeah, normal people do giveaways too. Yeah. I'm a normal person. You're a normal person.
I am a normal Twitch streamer.
I'm just a person. You're a person. What if you want to do a giveaway and you got to ship something to Chad from Australia, and then all of a sudden you got to ask him for his credentials, and you're like, but I'm not gonna. But trust me. But trust me.
You're like, listen. Oh no. Oh, that's the GoPro.
Oh, it's a GoPro. Yikes! Couldn't be me. All right.
Oh, well. That's kind of one of those situations where I know I'm a good person. Right. I know I'm not going to steal your information, but other people don't know that. And like, I would think the same thing if you were asking me for my phone number, my email address, my mailing address. And I mean, granted, you could kind of like, use the Amazon lockers or whatever, but you still need to give them your full name, your phone number, your email address, like all of this kind of stuff.
Yeah, because it's like I'm shipping it to someone. It's not like a present.
Yeah.
But like, you need to do these things because they're important. Because what if I'm doing something illegal or something? They need to know everything. And I understand that. Also, that boy is hot, by the way.
Oh.
Like, it is hot. But I'm still leaving it on. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if it engulfs in flames. Maybe it's the tape, Zach. I don't know.
I wish you guys could see what I'm looking at right now.
It's quite, nobody can see it. There's no signal, but there's quite the contraption going on right now to make sure the GoPro, we've talked about it before. It's just a lot of tape to make sure the GoPro stays. But for some reason, for the first time, it seems to be overheating, which is unfortunate.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. I'm gonna turn it off though.
Listen, we got the intro sequence where we were like, "Hey, yo, welcome to the podcast," and then third angle, and then it was great. And so, yeah, it's fine.
We're good. Everything is fine. No fires today. You know, I think about having like a fire extinguisher in here now that I've begun to play with more tech, and I put,
Only you can prevent forest fires.
only you forest fire prevent. You can fire prevent. And, you know, I started doing things like putting tape on electronics and putting tape on bare PCBs and and putting pillow stuffing in computer in keyboards and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I'm starting to think I probably should have a fire extinguisher in here. So I probably will do that. But they sound like they're expensive. So
Which you wouldn't really think a fire extinguisher would be very expensive.
I mean, like, what did it have to make out of metal, Zach? Did it have to be metal?
I mean, they have to, like, you know, not blow up to a certain extent. So it's like,
True, but come on now. What
bro,
about
I'll bet you could find some.
what about recycled plastics?
Bro, recycled plastics would catch on fire.
Vegan leather, Zach.
Also would catch on fire.
Speaking of vegan leather, which this is not, dude, I bought vesties, like the shoes.
Oh,
Yeah, the box is over there. I did the thing, Zach. You know why I did the thing, Zach?
Why did you do the thing?
So, no. So,
Review.
okay. I decided to buy it for various reasons. And not for marketing reasons. Well, marketing reasons was part of it because you get shoved down your throat a lot. But the more I look at it, the more it does just kind of look like really good quality. It's like a good quality shoe, right? And you know me, I don't buy, you know, I'm not a shoe guy. I don't buy expensive shoes. I buy like Vans, and I've used, well, I had to get new Vans because they were finally done for. But the Vans I had before, I'd use them all throughout high school.
Right.
Because they were fine. You know, they were kind of rough around the edges, but I mean, I wasn't trying to impress anyone.
Right.
As long as they weren't like, there wasn't like dog shit on it, you know?
Bro, I mean, you look at me and my freaking $20 Kirkland specials.
Right. Yeah. They're fine. You know, we
Yeah.
kind of stopped caring about how much our shoes cost after like high school, maybe college for some people. So I'm never really the person to buy expensive shoes. But that's the thing, right? What I am the type of person, what type of person I am, there you go, is someone who looks at the quality.
Yeah.
Hence why I own an iPhone, right? Because I'm not like the 99% of the United States who buys an iPhone because it's Apple.
Yeah.
Blue bubbles, or green bubble, omega lol. I'm not that person. I'm the person who likes the tech and the hardware and the software inside of it.
Right.
And that's why I think it's justified for its price now. Now then, we come to shoes. And notice how I say come to shoes and not come on shoes. I own...
it's vegan leather.
But it is vegan leather and it's also waterproof.
That shit will come right off.
That it will. But I own, like I told you, I have the MMDs, right? The Tokyo Nights MMDs that my cousin Brandon gave to me, which I love. And I've worn them literally once since the last time we shot the North merch shoot. I wore them one more time. And they still exist inside my shoe drawer to never be touched, or else I will be upset. Right? And to me, that idea, I mean, now that I own one, I do kind of get it, but that ends up being more of like for collector reasons rather than like wearing reasons, right? So that's the side that I never really do, right? But now we look into something like Vesties, which are, yeah, $100 plus shoes. So what do I get out of $100 plus shoes from a shoe company that isn't like Nike, Jordans, Adidas, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, you get all the marketing words, yeah, buzzwords, right? You know, vegan, material, patent, Dynamax type of stuff, right? Waterproof. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is, right? It's waterproof. You just wash it off. It's, you know, I mean, they say all the vegan things, and I'm sure that's just better for whatever environment things, you know, as, excuse me, as vegan things are.
Right.
And it's a good looking shoe. And I was also looking for new shoes to work out in because I've been wearing my Hardens, and I love my Hardens a lot. Which Brandon also gave to me, for beater shoes, and they're fun, but I don't want to just keep wearing them all the time. And also, you know, I care sometimes, you know, I may want just, it's black and blue, but what if I kind of want to switch up this, you know what I mean? Maybe I wear some red and I want something a little bit more neutral. I say this and I bought a shoe that's white and blue, but you know, I don't know, whatever.
It's fine.
I wanted a white shoe, you know, I don't know. And I thought about it and I was like, why don't I just do this? Because you start to think about, you know, if I bought Vans, and I love Vans, first of all, they're doing a Sailor Moon collab, it's really cool. Oh, wow. If I bought $60 Vans or even cheaper, if I went to like Ross or something, right? Classic. And I kept ripping them apart and buying new ones every year or two, you know, what am I doing?
I definitely understand the point that you're getting at.
I'm still going to buy the Vans because that's just the person I am. Like I don't buy expensive shoes. So if I buy a new shoe, I'm going to buy Vans, right?
Yeah.
But something like a workout shoe, something that, you know, requires a little bit more, maybe more thought and more consideration in the design and stuff. And that may come with cost. I'm at the age now where my feet aren't going to grow anymore, you know, dramatically at least. So I buy a pair of shoes that are nice and are going to last and I don't have to worry about it. I sound like a salesperson, Zach. They're not sponsored. We're not sponsored by Vessi. We'd love to though. That'd be sick. I love your shoes.
I want some.
Think about it. It's pretty nice, you know, and I've been wearing it and yeah, it's pretty cool, you know, and I wore it to work. Well, okay, wearing it to work is not fair because there's things like chemicals and stuff, you know, because, you know, bleach and sanitizing. So that end up not being very good. So I stopped doing that. But in general, you know, if I do scuff it up in the garage when I work out, just wash it off. You know, it's pretty cool. It's funny because, you know, I hate saying, like, I love marketing, but I hate using like those things to justify what I'm trying to say. But it is the truth, you know, it is waterproof. It is all those things. So it's cool, you know, and they're comfy. They're really comfy. So yeah, I mean, if anybody wants, I mean, they're pretty expensive. There's everybody's sponsored by it. Just find a discount code, you know, you'll find one. Yeah. I use Corridor Crew. And it was great, you know, and I got the shoes and they're a little, honestly, I'm usually like a 9 to 9.5, but I opted for the 9. A little tight of a fit. I wonder if I can maybe get it replaced, but I mean, it's not too bad. Yeah. But yeah.
I mean, when you're talking about shoes, especially when you get older and, you know, like you said, your feet don't grow anymore, you can really get a good lifespan out of a pair of shoes.
Yes.
And, you know, like I still have a pair of high top Vans that I wore in high school and, you know, they're torn up and I love them to death. But I definitely understand like the idea of finding something that is a good quality that will last a while and that you can just kind of not really worry about as far as like the quality of the shoe goes. And I love how now we're talking about shoes, but
two guys who are not shoe people.
Yeah, two guys who know the bare minimum about shoes are talking about shoes. But, you know, we're not talking about high end, you know, like Air Force Ones or anything like that.
I'm an average consumer.
Yeah.
Who may care about the quality of what they put on their feet. As they're an older person, they realize sometimes when I walk, my feet hurt. Yeah. You know, when I start to think, shit, I should probably care a little more now.
I need some of that good lumbar support.
I need some of that lumbar support. I need some of that. Zach, you know I'm wearing a wrist brace now? I'm not wearing it right now. I'm not at the moment. But like, it's on my desk. But I'm not going to walk past this thing, like get up and then...
Yeah, no, you're good.
But I started to wear it because I started to think about carpal tunnel. As someone who sits on his desk and does this all day.
Right.
You know? And I don't know how, I mean, okay. Remember that the stomach belt that I was wearing that didn't really work, but you know, it was okay, but not $100+ okay. That's besides the point. What it did was it didn't necessarily straighten my back, but it discouraged me doing, you know, exaggerated back movements, right? Like if I were to bend forward, I would notice him like, oh, I probably should have bent forward. That, to me, that's what the purpose was. Not $100 worth the purpose, but the purpose. That's what this carpal tunnel thing is doing. Except this time it's like $20 on Amazon. You know, hell yeah. But I've been holding that for the whole time.
No worries.
Demonetized. But yeah, it's like, it's this weird thing, and there's this metal rod thing that kind of curves in a certain way, and it does, yeah. When I tighten it up, I can still bend my wrist, but it stops at right here, right? So it just discourages me from going any further. So I have to, if I need to do any finite grips, like when I'm looping switches, I'm not over exaggerating it, then I have to be more careful. So it has helped in that regard. But interestingly enough, it's like, I don't know, it's made my wrist really stiff. Yeah. But that may also just be a consequence of like me not taking care of it up until this point. And now I'm really just forced. I'm basically just, what's the word? Splinting, like putting a splint on it essentially.
Yeah.
Just like out of nowhere after just being loosey goosey for 22 years,
Right. Yeah. And I think the idea of doing preventative care type stuff when you're getting older and like, we're still both really young.
Yes.
But I always tell people like, yeah, I have the joints of an 85-year-old man because, my knees are messed up. My back is messed up because I've hit the ground too many times. And so being kind of proactive with that preventative care to just ensure that, you're not going to get carpal tunnel, or if you are going to get carpal tunnel, it's going to be later on in your life.
Yes.
As opposed to, being like 30 and being like, I can't bend my wrist past this point because my wrist is all messed up.
It's not good.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just the little things. I'm not too crazy. I'm not gonna go too balls to the walls, but the little things I can do, I'll try. And as long as they're cheap, then sure. $20 wrist brace, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
It does make operating a mouse a little harder though, because I operate a mouse like a normal person with my wrist against the desk. Sorry, like this. That's very difficult to do with the wrist brace because there's resistance and friction.
Yeah.
So I have to kind of hover. That's one thing I've had to learn to do, and that sucks ass.
Yeah.
Another thing, when I type, again, there's friction on the desk. So when I type on my keyboard, normally it's fine, it's all good, I'm gliding. But now there's a hard point right here between my wrist and this right side of the desk. So I'm shaking the fucking desk every time I'm typing, like violently. I'm like, oh my God. So now I have to hover my wrist.
Yeah.
Things, I don't know. But I mean, is it worth the lack of is it worth the preventativeness of the carpal tunnel? To say that right? I don't know. Is it worth it? Who knows? We'll see,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it really is kind of a pros and cons situation where you kind of have to weigh like, is this worth it? Is it? I don't know. And like for me, I don't know if that's something that I would necessarily do, but also I don't spend as much time at the computer as you do because, you're working on basically everything else about Uned other than this bit.
And some.
And yeah.
And more and many more. I'm on the desk a lot,
Yeah.
And that's why I bought the expensive chair, Zach. And that's why I got a nice keyboard for myself. And why I have okay mouse. And it's okay. It's okay. It's wireless. It's cool. And it's why I have a thing on my wrist.
Right.
Things to think about.
I mean, like I said, it's good to be proactive with those types of things because people who spend a lot of time at the computer are going to wonder why they have neck problems and back problems and carpal tunnel and all this kind of stuff.
I wonder why I have neck problems when my work position is this, And I'm not like, like this, like fully lumbars up and then straight chin up, this type of thing when I'm working. I'm not like this,
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not a fucking robot, Zach. You see the people do it in the videos, Zach, the aesthetic videos, the DIY desks, my room tour, that type of thing. And they're the productive, like the coders and stuff. And they're like this or whatever, you see them in the thumbnail like this and they're typing like this, doing their B-roll. Nobody does that, Zach. They do this.
Right.
And this. And this.
Although I will say though, the idea of a standing desk is a very good idea.
Okay, I meme about it a lot because it is kind of funny.
Oh no, it's fucking hilarious.
Very funny. It's like, oh hey, what's good? How are you? Yeah, I have a standing desk. Didn't ask, but thank you for that, I guess.
I have a standing desk at home.
I have a standing desk and an air fryer. Hello. I'm Zach, by the way.
And vegan shoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as much as it is memeable to be like, haha, standing desk, as much as it is a meme, it really, really does help.
Yeah.
And like I know a lot of people who have a standing desk and they have said that it ends up working really well for them.
So the reason why I have not jumped into the why I've not jumped into the idea of a standing desk, and I had the opportunity to as I was getting a new desk, right? I thought about this, but they're just so expensive, Zach.
Yeah,
I mean, I understand why they need to be expensive because they're like it's a these table legs, Zach. They are what they are, they do what they need to do, but they're pretty, they're weak and they're wobbly and stuff, and you need a really strong base to support something that one has motorized moving parts, and two, to do so to lift very heavy things that is not only a desktop, but a desktop computer and monitors and all these things, right? You need a very strong metal. So it has to be expensive. Even if it's a particle board desk. That base needs to be strong. Need to be strong,
Yeah.
I get it. I understand. But God, I don't want to spend like $300 on a desk, Zach. That's so lame. I don't know. Like, I feel like I could just build one. I could build my own if I really wanted to.
And at that point, would it be worth it though?
I know, right? But what I was thinking, so I've seen this before. Like the thing, like these units that you put on your desk, and then you engage it, and then it just lifts up. So you still have your normal desk, right?
Yeah.
But you have your normal desk you can use to sit, but it's a thing you put on top, and then it just kind of like retracts, I guess.
Yeah.
And then goes upwards, and then it turns into a standing desk. I've thought about that, but I don't know if I can fit it into my setup at this point. Maybe for another type of thing, because I've always considered doing kind of a 2-computer thing, ish.
I mean, okay. That would actually make a lot of sense. And
how much would that cost? Go ahead.
We've talked about actually no, we haven't talked about this. Like the YouTubers and streamers that have like 2 computer setups and everything like that. Like, would it make sense to do that? Would it make sense to have another computer just for like work and editing and everything like that?
So here's the thing, right? For me, here we go. These things, by the way, $50. Okay, maybe not that one. Okay, maybe not this one. Okay, this is kind of expensive. But I mean, you don't have to get a whole new desk, I guess, right?
I guess that's the appeal, huh?
I guess that is the appeal. I would see this would probably be the best, but okay, 500. Let's calm down now. Something like this, maybe. Something along these lines. Here we go. Look at this one. Or this one. 150, 112, but not fantastic, but not like $200, $300, right?
Right.
And if you already have a desk, then you're like, oh, well, shit, here we go. Just, I don't have to yank my desk. This one has monitor arms. Yeah.
But it's also $170.
But it has this, which is like another like $50-ish, so I don't know. And honestly, this would work well because that way I can actually mount my monitors. I'll think about this. But yes, so the idea of having two spaces for work, I fully get it. It needs to happen. In my opinion, if you're able to, do it. Because as someone who does have a workstation just right there, and it has the power that I need to do my work, it also has the power to game. And has the power to have multiple tabs open on my second monitor. It's very dangerous as someone who's begun to, or as someone who, edits in the COD stuff, someone who works on uned like here, and someone who has started to enter the freelance space just recently.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous. And it's like part of it is discipline, and when it comes down to the wire, I can discipline myself. But I do agree that sometimes, if I just had a separate space where, it would suck if I didn't have that horsepower. But if I didn't necessarily need it, I mean, I can consider doing like another version, and then if I needed to do something heavy, I would come here. But otherwise, if I need to do something not as heavy, I just need a relatively capable computer, relatively capable machine, then work somewhere else.
Yeah.
And this comes into where I was talking about building my own desk, where, in my room, Zach, nobody's gonna know this, but in my room, in my corner where it's a fucking mess, I was thinking about creating this kind of cabinet type of thing, but like this cabinet desk situation.
Oh, okay.
Like a really, like this, like a kind of a, like this kind of wall, not a wall, like this ring of just storage, to put, because I have a lot of clothes somehow, and a lot of it I don't wear and I should donate, but we haven't gotten to that point yet. So but for now, I just need somewhere to put it. And also I have a lot of things.
Yeah.
So extra storage is vital for me. So I was thinking of something like that, having some sort of like ring or something, and then having a desk in the middle. I thought that would be fun. And that way, you know, if I ever wanted to do something that didn't require this computer and I'm in my room, I could just do it there. You know, I don't have to get up and do this, right?
Yeah.
But that means I would need a machine. But I don't want to build another computer. I mean, I'd love to build another computer, of course, but you know, that may not be feasible. So what if I did a laptop setup?
Ooh.
Right?
Okay, so that was actually one of the thoughts that I was thinking too, because not only would you be able to get something with pretty decent horsepower for, I mean, I don't know if you would be able to do much in regards to like editing an ed or like that kind of stuff, but you know, you would be able to get away with doing a lot on just a laptop, and you know, it would make it so that your footprint would be so much smaller, and also it's portable, so you could bring it places.
I have mentioned how much, like, I'm iPad life, right?
Yeah,
that is me, and for better or for worse, I've committed to it.
Yeah,
because as I explained, I think in the previous episode or one of the previous episodes, I kind of wanted to replace my iPad Pro with like maybe like an iPad Air, like an M1, the newer one, right, or something like that, and then get a laptop so that way I can have the best of both worlds, because I don't really need a Pro. Yeah, you know. But at that point, if I sold my current Pro, even with a Magic Keyboard that I bought, even if I did that and I sold it for a reasonably used price, that would just cost the same as much as a brand spanking new iPad Air. Yeah. So I'm like, well, fuck. Am I going to downgrade for the same price and then buy a laptop? So that means that if I buy a laptop, it needs to be for a fundamentally different purpose for me to actually use it. So that's why it would have to be something like an editing machine. So that way, you know, I wouldn't be inclined. If it was just a normal run-of-the-mill laptop that my iPad can do its purposes, then what have I done?
Nothing.
Nothing. So I would need something like kind of upper mid-tier, not height. I'm not that area, because I already have that over there. I'm not in the upper tier. I'm in the mid-ish, high-ish tier, but not quite the low end. That being said, the mid tier is really powerful these days. And with AMD and the new Intel stuff, you know, they're competing and stuff, and they're trying to produce really good things. AMD right now is sucking their own cock on like their lower end chips that they're about to drop for their whatever it would be, like 7000 series now or whatever the hell.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I've watched like little bits of their keynote that they did recently. I don't know if I guess Apple's is technically keynote or whatever. I watched a little bit of AMD's notes, and they were saying like they're working on a very powerful chip for the very low end. You know, and that's me right now. Yeah, that's me who has a powerful desktop. I don't need a powerful laptop. Who has an iPad who can do all sorts of things already. I just need something in between right now. That's where I am right now. And there are some laptops that exist, and some laptops I can definitely go for right now that can do that, that can serve that purpose. But they're not perfect. Yeah. They're not there. And I don't need them to be like, not perfect in the sense that, oh, you know, it's not powerful enough. If I wanted to be powerful, Zach, you have to spend more money. That's how that works. That's not what I mean perfect. Yeah. What I mean perfect is that the perfect laptop in the mid-range that has everything that needs to happen, that is relatively easily user accessible, user replaceable, that type of thing, right? User friendly, sure. Yeah. You know, I can open it up and do things if I need to, replace things if I need to, and just have a screen that's not dog shit. No compromises. Well, some, but like mid-tier compromises. I don't want something to be outstanding. I want everything to be good, because what happens is people will be like, oh, we have the sickest trackpad and the sickest, you know, CPU and all that type of stuff, but our screen sucks. Or our screen is fucking fantastic, but you know, everything else is kind of eh. I just want everything to be okay. That's all I need it to be. Yeah. Because if I have a laptop set up, Zach, I'll probably connect it to an external monitor. Yeah. And maybe a keyboard.
Yeah, and at that point, it's just kind of what's in it. Yes. And you know, you're definitely in a very interesting position, because you're just a guy who has monitors laying around.
Well, not at the moment. You still need to give me back my monitor. But yeah.
I've completely forgot about that.
I'm kidding. But you know, these type of things were, dude,
that was me.
Oh, okay. I as soon as you did that, I hit my headphone wire to the table leg. That's not even, and it's this one, the one that's not, that this one isn't even clamped to. So I was like, what the fuck? Anyways, but yeah, it's a very custom situation that no one really is just gonna get into. Normally people would just buy a desk, buy a laptop, Best Buy or something, have a go, or get a laptop from their company. Do what you gotta do. You know, for me, this is definitely more of an enthusiast thing.
Yeah,
but it seems like it'd be a fun project, you know. And I'm working with my dad or something, you know, and we'll figure out, you know, a nice custom way to figure this out, you know, and have a way, because yeah, it looks like dog shit in there, you know. Like this corner is okay, and then this corner is like, okay, you gave up.
Yeah,
but I have a lot of things, Zach. Cardboard boxes are fucking huge, Zach, and especially when they're PC cases, because you have to keep them.
That really is a tragic.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they're so big. Why do they have to be so big, Zach?
You have 2 computers in here.
A 3. Look at over there, Zach.
And a Mac.
And a Mac. Like, why? Why do I have to live this life, Zach? Struggling in success.
Dude, it's so funny because you could just see the aggressive pointing in my camera angle. It's just like
just to nowhere. There's a computer over. There's my computer over there, which I'm planning to turn into a server. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that.
Wait, you're gonna turn it into a server?
Yeah, I am gonna turn it into a server.
Yeah,
my first Iron Sight computer over there.
Okay, cool.
Well, what else am I gonna do with it? You know, it's just chilling, bro. Maybe I'll stick a couple hard drives and connect it to a network.
Yeah,
you know.
Why not?
Oh my god, my nose. Okay, you continue.
My nose is very...
You find the point I was trying to make.
You're kind of at the point now, and I'm in a similar position as well, where we have things that do the job that we need to do, but it's like, it's an interesting position because it's too much power. Like it
struggling from success.
I am too successful.
But yeah, it's very bizarre because whenever I try to do anything productive, I'm just like, ooh, but I could sit there and edit videos or photos. I mostly just sit and edit photos nowadays. Like, not even photos that I've taken recently. Like, I'll go back in the catalog because I have like tens of thousands of pictures of just random shit, and so I just kind of go through and, you know, maybe re-edit some older pictures that I didn't really have the know-how to do what I want with it. And so, you know, if I'm sitting there like doing work-related things and then I have, you know, Photoshop in another tab, it's like, that's not going to work. And I have multiple screens, so I can have multiple things going on at the same time, which is going to mean that I'm not really fully engaged in either thing. And it's just, we sound so privileged right now.
No, but I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't really use see, I've been using this, right? Which, by the way, okay, for this contraption, right? And there's not much to hit. There's this little bar right here, but I've gotten really good at not hitting it. I'm not used to using this shock mount in this position with this metal bar sticking right here. So my body just naturally is okay with moving this way because it won't clip anything if I'm using this. So that's the situation I'm in, Zach. Anyways, what the fuck was I saying?
We have too much power.
We have too much power. We have too much power. So look, when you go to work, Zach, you're in a different mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I'm here and I'm doing my editing and, you know, I have Discord and I have Twitter and I have Genshin Impact and I have, you know, all these things. I need to work on these edits and I need to work on these things. I need to work on an ed.
Right.
But it's hard because even though I do want to work on them, it's so easy to just not.
Yeah.
But when and okay, here's another example. You know how easy, like cleaning my room. Okay. Not not even I don't mean like fixing that stuff over there. I mean just cleaning my room. You know, maybe giving it a wipe down, a dust, wash some sheets and such. You know, do that thing, vacuum or something. I don't want to do that, but when I'm at work at my bubble tea store, Zach, everything is getting cleaned.
Right.
I'm wiping shit down. I'm doing a lot of work. Is it because I'm getting paid? I don't know. For me, I think it's very simple. You're just in work mode.
Yeah.
You flip the switch. You're no longer in lounge mode or whatever, or you're in normal mode, I guess. You're in work mode. You've obtained dignity and responsibility. Yeah. To do these things. It's very simple, and unfortunately, it's hard to flick that switch when I'm here at home. And you know, we're currently in 2022, Zach, right out of the pandemic. Everybody's working from home. I'm sure they've had to figure this out themselves, right? Yeah. Figure out how to get into this work mode while being at home, while your kids are running around, you know, or while your kid, basically, I'm so sorry for any parent who has kids who has to work from home, because that probably sucks ass. Yeah. You know, but you know, what has my mom done? Her and, you know, my dad built this office for her so that she can just do her own thing. And like, she's not going downstairs to work in the living room or something. She's not in her own bedroom. She has this area that she's constructed herself. Well, my dad made it, right? Like he built it, like he built a whole loft area, but she decorated it. You know, she did what she needed to do to make it feel like just a pleasant working space. Which I gotta say though, it is so cool seeing how that transformation happened. Oh yeah. Like, and I mean, I'm pretty sure this wasn't too long ago. So we were filming for Uned when this was going on, I think. Yes. And so just kind of seeing that whole transformation and seeing how your parents built, they basically made 2 rooms. Yes. With 1 floor. You know, they made another bedroom, and then they made your mom's office, which is super sick. But being able to have that disconnect between what you're doing in your free time and what you're doing, I guess, kind of like on the clock, you know, like being able to make that mental separation while you're still at home is really hard. And I think the way that I kind of see it is it's more of like that obligation to get stuff done. Because when you're at work, you know, you're not just going to be shooting the shit, just kind of like, whatever, you know, it's all good. Everything. They kind of want this bubble tea. I'm not going to make it. Someone else will do it. It's fine. But that obligation is there to get stuff done, because you're being paid to be there. You have things that you need to get done, you know, and so you're going to bust your ass and get it done. But when you're at home, you're not obligated to do jack shit. And so you can just kind of be like, I don't want to clean my room. Dude, I've been sitting here like, oh yeah, I need to clean my room. I need to clean my sheets on my bed. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to. And then I get home from work and I'm like, I just worked 10 hours today. I don't want to do anything productive anymore. Right, exactly. And so being able to kind of engage that same mentality of like, I have stuff I need to get done. These things need to get done. Otherwise, you know, I think it's because there's no consequence. Like there's no repercussions for you to just not do anything. And so when you get home from work and, you know, you've been busting your ass and you've been running around like an absolute crazy person, like I do every day, I don't want to do anything other than, you know, maybe make myself some dinner and go to bed. And then I wake up the next morning and do it all over again. You know, like that allotted time that I have to do nothing, I would prefer to do nothing than be like, I'm gonna clean my room today. Like, fuck that, dude. Like, I don't want to do that. Yes, exactly. And engaging that kind of like, not necessarily the work mode mentality, but making it so that it's an obligation for you to take care of yourself and things that would make you feel better when you're on that lounge time. And this is something that my parents have tried to drill into my head for many, many years. Just, you know, investing time into yourself when it may not seem like it's the most important thing. Because, you know, like this space, like this office, you know, we have done a lot of shit to this office. Yes. Especially in the last year. Like, it's been crazy. I look back at the first podcast we ever did when we were talking about video games and stuff, you know, and then I look at the office now, it's like we're in an entirely different room. Yeah. Are you kidding, bro? If you even look back to the early videos when in my own channel, shameless plug, you talk about Anuki, you know, you see like I used to do these weekly updates. I call them weekly, but they weren't really weekly. They're like about a monthly, but I would just kind of take my Lumix, you know? Yeah. Just kind of record and, You know, record whenever I do things. Whenever I order new things and just record the process. Like when I recorded my piano, I recorded when I actually got, not necessarily the Lumix, but when I was figuring out how to get that set up for a face cam and stuff, you know, and upgrade my streaming stuff and lighting and all that. You know, I did a lot of just like kind of updates to the set, and you can kind of see there was a point where like I had this bird's eye view of just what the office looked like, and it looked like absolute dog shit. Like, do you remember when the couch was there?
Oh, I forgot about that.
There used to be a couch right here, a leather couch, and it's a very sentimental couch to us. We need to put it fucking somewhere. So we put it there, and I dumped a bunch of shit on it, as one does, you know? So I was like, oh God. And I agree, I really wanted to do something, but I just couldn't. Because I was just so busy doing other things, I didn't want to do anything. I couldn't just flick. I mean, I had, you know, I was in, you know, doing all the COD edits and stuff, and I was in school, and, you know, I'm just like, I don't want to. So I have to somehow turn this into work. So what do? I recorded it and I turned it into work in a way, I guess. It was only a YouTube video, but it kind of worked. And what it's funny because that video never ended up happening, because I was going to record a video of turning this into a studio, which basically would have been from that point that you remember when I had the couch right there. And if you remember my desk that was just sitting right here, that my long ass desk right here that Alvin now uses. And from that point to when I first got my Clavinova. Basically from that point, my Clavinova piano, that is. And then I stuck it right here with my desk right here with the L shape. That's basically what we're trying to achieve. And I recorded a bunch of stuff, and it was going well, and I just kind of stopped recording, and it's like, okay, I need to finish fucking doing this. So I stopped. But what that did, Zach, was I made an excuse to just do it.
Yeah.
And now I did it, and now I'm like, okay, now I've been to the phase like, oh, I'm so fucking tired. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to put this video together. So I entered that stage. I tricked myself, Zach.
Yeah.
I did that. I tricked myself into turning that into work mode, to which I no longer want to do the work that is what it was eventually the original reason.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God.
You're like, bro, I have all this footage. I don't want to go through it all. Like, I have like, 2 hours of footage that I really couldn't be fucking bothered to chop together.
It's kind of like, I'm so sorry. It's kind of like, right? You had your room is a fucking mess, Zach, right?
Yeah.
And this is 8th grade, or sorry, 8th. You're a senior in high school, Zach, and you're currently in the prime of senioritis. And you're at home and you got a shit ton of homework to do, and you're like, fuck. You know, my room's kind of messy. and just like that, you made an excuse to turn cleaning your room that you didn't want to do earlier into work mode. Yeah. But in turn, you turned the homework not into work mode. So you kind of had to, you know what I mean? Which drills my point of that there is a separation. Yeah. There is a switch that needs to be flicked. And you can flick that switch for anything, but the switch has to be flicked off for something. So I need to find a way to have that flick switched off when I'm gaming and discording and talking with my boys, and flick it back on when I have to work. And now that I mentioned before, I'm kind of trying my hand at freelancing right now. Just working on my first project. Kind of fun.
Freelance video?
Yes. And what this has done is that it's very different from just doing my normal COD stuff, Zach. Yeah. Much different responsibility. And so now I really have to drill into my head this idea of work versus play. Like seriously, like really badly.
We've talked about this pretty extensively, like way back in the early episodes of the podcast. And it definitely is, it's super important just for the sheer fact that we want to make an excuse to not get stuff done.
Right.
And I mean, you know, that's not necessarily you being complacent, but when you get home from school, you know, you're in high school, what do? You take off your backpack, you grab a soda, and then you sit and watch YouTube videos like I did. And, you know, that's just kind of the order of operations. Go to school, try not to fall asleep, get home, take off backpack, grab soda, watch YouTube videos.
Play BO2 Town, you know?
Multiplayer with the boys.
Yes.
Split screen.
Was what you did.
Yeah.
You know, nobody just wanted to just continue working on school, Zach. That's just not how it worked. But that might be a talk for another. But but you know, also in that regard, you did band.
Yeah.
I did track.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, we obtained this type of obligation after school, extracurricular activity, right? And I didn't just do track to do track. I did track, and I tried really hard.
Yeah.
If I didn't do track, I wouldn't have even exerted any of that energy, right? So suddenly, when I entered track, I was able to flick that work mode. Probably same with you with band.
Dude.
You flick that work mode.
Yeah. Like, I realized this a little bit more recently than I'm willing to admit. Like, when I was in high school, dude...
did you treat band like it was an extension of high school? Or did you treat it just like its own thing?
All of the music stuff that I did in school was entirely separated in my mind from anything else that I was doing.
Right.
And with band, it was very interesting because I was willing to invest so much time into it. Like, I would be at school from 7 a.m. to like 8 p.m. And I mean, before I had a license, I kind of had to do that because no one would be fucking bothered to take me back to the school.
Sure.
You know, at like 6 p.m. for whatever it was for like a basketball game or
But
something. But even then, like, even when I could drive home, like, I would just stay and work on music related things because I was like, oh yeah, this is fun, woo, you know, and just Kyle shenanigans as I would do. But that was entirely separate from school, you know, like I guess music for me was like my version of my play, like my playtime, you know, because I would be able to do something that I really enjoyed doing. And it would give me a reason to not have to go home and do my fucking homework because I didn't want to.
Right.
But
I'm going to flip the switch. Flip the switch, Zach, on you real quick. It wasn't your playtime. It was your work time. You know what your playtime was, Zach? School. Because you considered band to be your dignity and your responsibility. And it was fun. But that's what you considered to be work because you put actual effort into it.
Right.
For play, it's just whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Play could be responsible, could not be. That's what school was. That's what school was to me. I mean, I did what I had to do, I guess. But when it came to track, you know, I flipped the switch to work mode. I was having fun, obviously. Track was fun. A lot of fun, you know. And I love sprinting with the boys and shit and getting really tired and throwing up in the side. You know, classic shit, you know. But
Classic high school,
yeah. But at the same time, you know, I would do my drills and do everything. And then after all our drills are done, it's time to go home. I would stay back and work on my sprints, work on my starting blocks and stuff, you know, and just kind of do a little bit of extra and then go home.
Yeah.
I would never do that for school. I would do that for work. I would never do that for play. I would do that for work.
Yeah.
I just did something weird and I just felt something really bad on my neck and that hurt. I'm old, Zach. I need a neck brace now. Anyways.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
I consider that to be work.
Right.
Over school, which was play, technically. Just if it was one or the other, like obviously I wouldn't consider school play because it wasn't fun. But if I had to consider one or the other, I would consider this track to be work, school to be play.
I think it's more so an order of importance,
right,
than anything else. Like for me, the music program and everything that I was doing in all of the bands and everything like that was way more important to me than my fucking honors English class. I was never in an honors English class. I was in like,
I was
honors English too.
I was in two Zach too.
But when I think about like the things that I was prioritizing, it was all music related. And that's why I would be at school for, 13 hours. Oh God, dude, fucking when I was in the pit orchestra, when I was helping out for like all of the plays and stuff, dude, I would be there till like 11:30 at night. And I was fine with it.
Yeah.
Fucking what?
Like if I wasn't like at a track meet, Zach, and we would last for a very long time waiting for the discus to fit, or waiting for the relays to finish, waiting for the jumps to finish, because high jump, like everything kind of operates on their own time. So it's just like, you know, sometimes high jump just maybe taking the longest and everybody's waiting. And I'm like, all right, I mean, I'll watch. Yeah, sure. You know, let's have a fucking time. Yeah, it's raining, but you know, it's all good. We're just here. And you know, I considered, okay, let me put it this way, Zach. School called you and you had to be there at 7. How is that versus band called you and you had to be there at 7?
I'm gonna fucking be there for band.
Yes.
Couldn't be asked. Dude, I couldn't even be asked to go to school on time.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, obviously it would still suck, but if it was for band,
yeah.
If it was for track, yeah, sure.
Or like, you know, if I had to go back to the school for something, you know, for like marching practice or something like that, you know.
Or if they say, oh, you forgot some papers for math. I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't know if I can come back. I'll get it tomorrow. When I'm
dude, I'm sorry. I gotta track me tonight.
I'm in Nevada right now.
I'll be there tomorrow. But that's the thing. That's the weird part, is when you prioritize things in your mind, it's play, but in reality, it's work. Because you're giving yourself that standard, I guess. Because you are putting your heart into something, you're putting all of your effort into something to make it so that you can benefit from it. And that, in essence, is work, because you are trying to progress, you're trying to grow, and you're investing your time, money, and effort into something and expecting an outcome from it. When you think about, you know, just random stupid hobbies that you have, you know, you're not expecting anything back in return. And I'm not necessarily saying like monetary things, but you're working out so that you can be stronger. You have an end goal, whether that's, you know, fixed or can vary. You set a goal and you're taking the steps to try to achieve it. Whereas, you know, with a lot of just random hobbies, like, I don't know, fucking stamp collecting.
Hey, man.
Are you a closet stamp collector?
Hey, man. Josh just got fucking upset about you, Zach. He's like, hey, man, that's me. Josh.
The stamp collector?
1,000,000 followers on Instagram? Fuck you, Zach. Bitch. You know, that was him, Zach.
Yeah. But I mean, you know.
But no, I know what you mean. Like, if it was like, not necessarily like you are a stamp collector, but you collect stamps. Yeah.
I love how that's the example that I thought of, because it was just the first thing that popped into my mind. But, you know, it is just something that you enjoy doing. There's no consequence whether or not you do said thing or not. And you're not necessarily actively pursuing any goal in particular. You're just kind of doing it because you're having fun, you know? And I've realized while we've been talking, like throughout this conversation, I don't really have hobbies that I just do for shits and giggles. I've always gone 100% into the things that I'm passionate about, and like rock climbing, photography, you know, music. Well, music less than other things.
I would say in the past, yes, very much so.
Yeah.
So I would consider this. I would still say yes in that regard.
And I mean, you know, now, this is a cool way to segue into this. Now I'm at now I'm at a point where I perfectly timed that camera switch, by the way.
W's all around. W's.
I finally have put myself in a position where I can perform consistently again. And that is playing piano and singing at a church that I go to. And it's really cool. Jackson ended up kind of opening that door for me. And thank you, Jackson. I love you, BB. And now I'm at a point where I can go and play and do something that I love, consistent enough to where it kind of fills that void, you know, because I had been doing it for so long, so consistently, that, you know, the last couple years have been really shitty just because I haven't been able to do it. And so I missed it a lot. And so for me to have a valid excuse to go out and, you know, it's a beneficial thing for me in more ways than one, I guess.
Right.
You know? So it's kind of like I don't know. It's a very, very interesting situation, just kind of finding that separation between the two.
Yeah, I mean, not to insert myself in your own story, but you know, earlier in the earlier D's, when I started picking up piano again.
Yeah.
Where it was something that I kind of lost along the way. This music that I kind of just stopped doing. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it was because of anime, but you know, I got back into piano and stuff, and I got back to playing music. And although I wouldn't, like, I am not very diligent at it in the sense that I don't practice my scales and stuff, and I don't practice every day anymore. Mm-hmm. But every now and then I'll open the piano and just play a couple things and, you know, say, all right, cool, that's it. No, I'll go, you know. Yeah. It's just kind of like, it reinvigorated something that I was missing, right? And now, although I don't play the piano as much, it's still there, and and whenever I get the urge, I go ahead and do it. I won't be like, I don't know, you know? Just go ahead and do it. I wouldn't feel scared to do so, I suppose. Yeah. So that's basically how what's going on with you, you know? Like, you hadn't performed in a while, you're able to do it again, and now you're like, nice. There you go. Yeah. Okay. I can do this. I can do this. I can still do this. I can do this again. Mm-hmm. I think that's just a good place to be at, just for any type of hobby, you know? Like, if these days, I don't touch After Effects very much. Just in general. I mean, I did do it here and there, but in general, I've retired the 12-button mouse, Zach. You know, that's how you know I've really retired, you know, After Effects, where I'm not really hitting all the key binds and macros that I have in conjunction with my keyboard. You know, it's different these days. These days, I have to bust out the full-ass keyboard and do everything like with the manual key binds again. Yeah. Just because I want to keep using my mouse, my normal mouse. And it's because of that, where I was afraid I can't do shit anymore on After Effects. I can't edit anymore. And unfortunately, I was working on this project. I didn't even hit the middle that time. Working on a project, and it didn't really turn out very well just recently. And there's a lot of complications, most of it revolving me, and I take responsibility for it. And we ended up able to figure it out, and we ended up finishing the project. It's all good. Yeah, water under the bridge at this point now, but it was tragic. So I was like, oh, fuck, you know, is this really what it's came to? But then I got asked to work on just a really fun project, a birthday edit from a buddy, Philly. Shout out, Phil. God, I'm gonna Dremel this off, Zach. This is gonna go, Zach. And this will probably remove the structural integrity of this shock mount, but it's okay because I'm tired of hitting it. Maybe I should just move it. There we go. So I was asked by Gypsy, my buddy Gyp. I'm gonna say a bunch of names you don't know, but it's okay. My buddy Gyp, and he asked if I wanted to participate in a really, really tiny birthday edit for my boy Philly, which is also a good friend of mine. You know, just be a couple editors of us. It was super last minute, and I was like literally not even at home when he asked, and it was super last minute, and it was like kind of rushed, so it was okay, but it was kind of fun, you know, because I was like, dude, I don't know, I'm not really editing anymore. I've just, you know, was working on this, and it was ass. That was actually tragic. Not necessarily the quality, but just the process was absolute just chaos. And I don't know if I want to put that influence into this product now. And he's like, no, come on, Stu, it'll be fun, you know? It's literally just, you know, it's a really small part, like a couple, like 5-10 second parts. It's fine, you know, for a really small edit. I'm like, all right, you know what, sure, you know? And I'm working on this edit, and I join into the Discord call, and we're just like having a time. Yeah. You know, we're just editing, and we're talking, and we're just shitting around and just talking shit and saying funny things, and it's such a fun time. And I was having, and before I knew it, I was done with the edit. And I was like, oh, I did the edit. I did it. Yeah. And Zach, this shit was so fucking funny. I've done a fantastic job. Now you don't understand this, Zach, but you picture this, right? It was a very infamous clip. You know, an indie name, you may have heard it, called Phase Rain. Mm-hmm. Okay, you may have heard it. I don't know if you've heard it. Yeah, not, you know, you may. I don't know, not very. No, but you know, he has an infamous shot where he has a 3-piece on MW2 favela, which means he gets 2 shots and then does a trick shot for the kill cam. 1 kill, 2 kill, does something, 3 kill for the kill cam. Very cool, 3-piece, very lucky, and they're all headshots too. Mm-hmm. Crazy clip, infamous, and this is like 2010. Yeah, you know, this is crazy. You know, for this to happen, And I did an edit where I just gaslit everybody, and I just like I made it so that the shots were wrong and he missed the shot. It was really funny. You can pull it up if you want, but it's it was so funny, and it was like I did it, and then I did the what meme, like the I don't know, it was like the black screen. It's like what. I did that and I was like, what if it was all just a dream? And it was so random because it was so impromptu. And I was getting sins for my clip and I was like, dude, this would be so funny if I did this. And I just did it. And I just I reenacted the shot and made it so it just missed. It didn't hit anybody. And then, it was just great. It was fantastic. And everybody was like, what the fuck? And I got Phase Rain to tweet at it too.
Dude,
well, he subtweeted it kind of. But it was still it, and I was like, "Get fucked!" I did the thing, and it was hilarious. But I never thought I can experience this again, editing. It's been so long, and every time I've worked on an edit up until this point, it's just been dread work. Honestly, and I don't mean anything to do against a client or anything that I work with or with a team. It's just me. I'm just tired. I've been doing this for so long, Zach, and I'm just like, ugh. I'm just sitting here day in and day out, night in, night out, late nights, early mornings. Just copying and pasting keyframes. I'm getting really sick of this, But it was this edit where I was just like, I was having fun again, And it was for a fun reason. It wasn't extremely big, but honestly, if it was even longer, I would have been down, Yeah. And it was, it's just fun, and it was just a good time, and it reminded me that okay, I can still do this. I just need the right opportunity, like you, right? You need the right opportunity, to perform again. I got the right opportunity, and I was able to perform, if you will, again.
And I think an interesting parallel between the two of us is I had that same type of apprehension where it was kind of like, I don't know if I can do this anymore, man.
Right.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to control the nerves like I used to, because, I'm anxious man,
performing is not a slight undertaking, Zach.
Yeah, but it's just kind of one of those situations that I have become so familiar with that it just kind of became like, me going through the motions. And I think I had kind of a similar situation in high school as well, where I was just kind of like, all right, whatever, we're just going to do this jazz festival, or we're just going to do this performance for whatever. And then it was fine. And now I'm doing something that I'm super passionate about. And, I'm able to involve myself into something that I am really, really confident in and I'm really passionate about. And so as much as it may seem like these two scenarios are entirely different, they ended up being a lot more similar than you might think, because we both kind of had that same apprehension, like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I don't know if I'm too washed up to be able to go up in front of those people anymore, or I don't know if I'm going to be able to fucking work After Effects anymore. And so just having that situation where you were at the right place at the right time, and now you're just diving back into something that you used to really love doing, and just kind of reigniting that fire too. It's something really special, and I think that speaks volumes for both of us, because I thought I was never going to be able to perform again. Like, I really realistically thought that when I graduated high school, I was never going to be able to perform again. And I proved myself wrong. And, in many ways, you did something very similar.
So the moral of the story is, you can do it if you put your heart into it.
Yeah. You can do it.
You can do it. You can do anything as long as you're strong and compassionate and loving and you care for the world.
Don't let your memes be dreams.
Do what your dreams want you to do. Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
Sorry, Witwicky. This is Optimus Prime. Put the Allspark in my pussy.
What?
Do it now while Megan Fox is not looking.
God. It's really cool seeing us just go, seeing us do shit, you know? Like, I don't know, man. We have conversations like this and it just makes me really proud. Like, I feel like a proud dad. Like, I'm proud of you, son.
Yes, I'm proud of you, son. Where it's mutual. We're both sons and dads. It starts to get confusing, but as long as it's conceptual, it's okay.
Dad?
Dad.
Are you winning, son?
Father, I require sustenance. But yeah, it is really cool, though.
It is. I think we're the same age, and we have jobs.
Yeah.
And, whatever happens in our jobs, whatever happens in our jobs. But what we know is whatever happens outside of our jobs. And, frankly, your job could be your career. It could be what you're passionate about. Sure. But for now, let's just say it's just job.
Mm-hmm.
Like you and I have a job. So what's surrounding that job is kind of what we know is what you're passionate about, because it's what you give a fuck to keep doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
So that's kind of how I see how it's cool, because even though, I work goddamn countless hours in customer service for goddamn knows who goddamn knows how long at this point, I can still do a bunch of random shit, and I can still find new things, play my piano, tickle After Effects, build keyboards.
Yeah.
I'm going to build one tonight, by the way.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time.
Are you going to be streaming on twitch.tv/Anuki Dio?
I am going to be streaming on twitch.tv/Anuki Dio. It's going to be fantastic. Make sure you put https:////4, so you make sure you're it's a protocol. No, but it's gonna be fun. So yeah, but by the time you watch it, nobody's gonna it's gonna be gone. But it's all good. I'll be streaming more often. But I would love to play a game. By the way, by the time this episode does go up, I think we'll be very close, very, very close to the Uwu Chat Minecraft server, which will be a fucking spectacular thing. By the way, me and Sora, we're working very hard to get everything situated, figure out cool plugins and things, figure out services, figuring out things. It won't be a basic vanilla server, but it'll be a lot of fun. So, it's not public, but we're going to stream it. So keep an eye out. It'll be a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of the Uwu Chat boys that some of you are familiar with if you watch speedruns. Some of you may not be familiar with because they haven't really made an appearance, but it'll be a lot of fun. Just a shout out. And it's mostly the Twitter Uwu Chat. But for the Discord Uwu Chat, I will be asking some people in the Discord Uwu Chat as well. So if you're not in my own Discord, this is a shameless plug. I apologize. But you can
link in description,
or you can do bit.ly/Uwu Chat, and you can get there. And you feel free. And if you're active, we're talking, we're having a time, and you're interested, then yeah, you could probably come on. It may take a bit, but who knows? By the time this episode goes up, we'll see. But yeah, and Zach, even though you're not technically Uwu Chat, you're invited.
Yay, I was just about to ask.
Yeah, and now that you're in tune with anime, you can actually, you can participate in some things.
In a very limited amount of things.
It'll be fine.
But yeah, dude, I love that you've just inserted me into all of your shenanigans with all of the Uwu Chat peeps and everything like that. Also, by the way, I need to know, the people need to know, Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
When are we doing another speed run?
Oh, yeah, I know, right? Well, I was waiting, right? Because of new update stuff.
Yeah.
Like 18 and 19 and all that crazy stuff. And Minecraft has changed a lot, Zach.
Bro,
in literally two updates. I was like, what the fuck? What happened? Okay. I know we're tangenting right now that we've passed the hour mark, but fuck it. So Minecraft now, Zach. We're old men, Zach. We remember the older days of Minecraft, Zach. Yeah. You know what I mean? How do you feel about Minecraft drastically changing even fundamental things? Like ore generation, caves and structures and such like that?
It's kind of conflicting in a way, because in a lot of ways, Minecraft has always stayed relatively the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that they've decided to make a really big change, kind of brings a new life into the game.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it doesn't really feel like the same game anymore,
mm-hmm.
which makes me a little bit sad. But also at the same time, they're doing a bunch of really cool shit. They're adding a bunch of things that are giving you more creative freedom and for people like me who are diehard cave explorers,
mm-hmm.
that's something that is going to be a lot more fun. Mm-hmm. And, I've played on the newer updates, and dude, the caves in the newest update go fucking hard.
Yeah, I've seen them and I'm like, what? It's so weird to see this just be Minecraft.
Yeah.
Like, not modded, just vanilla.
Yeah.
Like this insane cave structure. Like I would get I would get fucking steezed back in the day when I'm playing Minecraft Xbox in like 2007. Probably not that old, but you know, 2010-ish, Minecraft Xbox. And I'll see a fucking ravine. And I go, look at this. This is sick. Look how big this is.
Minecraft launched in 2011, by the way.
Okay, whatever that was. I don't know. I was young, Zach.
Young Nuki.
Young Anuki. Or I saw a mine shaft. I'm like, whoa, this is cool.
Yeah.
This isn't a normal cave. There's wooden structures in here. This is cool.
Yeah.
And there's cobwebs and there's scary spiders.
That are trying to eat my face. But
This
yeah,
is cool.
That idea that, you know, those things don't carry the same weight that they did it before, you know, back in the early aughts.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a young lad, back in my day,
You know,
Mm-hmm.
back before.
We could spam our mouse button and smack faster, and whoever could click faster was just the better person at PvP.
Bro, I miss old school PvP.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, if you just can't tap fast enough, then just get better.
Yeah.
That's how I got good at tapping the mouse. Just gotta tap faster and you'll smack better.
Yeah.
Bruh, now you got shields? Like pussies? Can't believe it, bro. You ever just watch speedruns or just watch people play Minecraft and they're like, all right, we're gonna do this sick Minecraft challenge. And they're fighting a skeleton and they're like, shield. This is my reenactment. This is how I envision it.
Yeah.
Like it's like a singular skeleton. It's like a singular skeleton, right?
Mhm.
And they have their shield and their sword, and they're like, it's like an awkward pause until they shoot their okay, whoosh, 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 shield. Whoosh, whoosh. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? What is happening? What is going on? What am I watching? This is no Octane. Just run up and smack the bitch.
Bro,
But you can't do that anymore.
Bro, okay. Even in the new PvP and like the new kind of combat, I still just fucking run on mobs. Like, I don't care.
Yes. Well, you should. That's probably why you die, Zach.
But I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
I understand, but it's like, fuck, I understand. Okay, but yes, I agree. If you said it came out 2011, so for another 11 years, what if it's just the same exact game and all that changes is just like a new mob,
Right.
you know? And it's a passive mob every time. Today we added unicorns. Whee! Next year we'll add
Pegasus.
we'll add ants. Yeah.
Bro, it was so funny when the bees. The bees!
Bees. No, not the bees. Ah. Ah. The bees are fascinating. They're cool though. They're very cool. They're huge though, but they're cool.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they gotta have a hitbox though.
they do have to have a hitbox. But it's like, I don't know. They're kind of big. But yeah, when it's just the same game for like 11 years, I can see how it's like, okay, we need to do something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we can probably add a new biome and we can have the new mob, but at a certain point, it's just going to be, okay, yep, cool. Explore the new biome for like a month. All right, that's it. That's Minecraft. And to be fair, Minecraft is a very replayable game,
Yeah.
but even a replayable game, at a certain point, you'll stop playing it. I've stopped playing it, not because I don't like it, but it's just like I have things to do, and I'm just like, I no longer have the need to just like, okay, I'm just going to fucking sit down and play Minecraft right now, unless I have a reason to.
Right.
But now with these, you know, they do updates, they do the biomes or they do the caves and the wardens and the cool things and stuff. And they're like, okay, I'm down. So yeah, it is a little bit of a shame that the old Minecraft has basically gone away, you know, but even fundamental things like, how do you feel about Bedrock being like the level being lower? Like it's like, what is it now? Like -40 or something? Or what is it?
It's a lot.
It's right? But for so long, Zach, what was the Y coordinate to mine diamonds?
12.
12. It's no longer 12. Isn't that weird? That was like the fundamental, that was the basic trick of strip mine. Like it's just 12 and now it's like -30 or something. Isn't that weird? That's so weird in my mind. How it's all of a sudden for like 10 years, it's just been, yeah, mine from 10 to 12. Get some diamonds. That's it. Strip mine, put on some tunes, get in a Discord call with your boys. Now it's like, oh yeah, you want to mine diamonds? Yeah. I'll meet you at -30. You'd be like, what? What did you say to me?
And now all of the ores spawn differently.
Yeah,
and-
I heard Iron Gen is like wild.
yeah.
Like you can get like 10 plus, 20 plus just veins. And also you can, it's like, it's no longer an ore. It's kind of an ore, but it's more of like a
It's the
thing,
raw material.
the raw
now.
material, and you can fortune it apparently, which is, first, I think it's very cool. I think you should have been able to fortune in the first place, but that's besides the point. I think, yeah, even as a Minecraft boomer by definition, I think the new stuff is cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that they're doing new things.
I knew that this was going to come eventually. It was either that or the game was going to die, and I didn't want the game to die,
Right.
And I think the changes that they have made have been very tasteful, and they have been made in the essence of the original game.
I'm not going to forgive him for the spam click nerf though, but
Yeah, what the fuck?
that's still some bullshit. I don't know.
What the fuck, Mojang?
I don't know. Yeah, I was clicking on my $5 mouse, Zach. I'll spam clicking that bitch. I was fine. I was winning the Hunger Games, Zach. I was doing fine.
Oh god, does Hunger Games have the new PvP?
I think they keep the old one actually. I know some servers, depending on what they do, like they choose to keep the old, so you can still spam click. So that's fine. But in general, bro, I'm tired of having to just swipe a creeper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? It's so lame. It's so lame. But I don't know.
But I think the coolest thing is that this kind of stuff has ushered in a new generation of players.
I agree.
And so as much as we're going to sit here and boomer talk and be like,
Back in my day, you could kill a creeper in less than 5 seconds.
and now, you have to sit there and, it's like a 4-episode arc of an anime just to kill a goddamn skeleton.
Yeah. Which by the skeleton AI, they up that and it's kind of fun, but they're wild, bro.
They do be wild.
They do be wild.
But yeah, it's really interesting just to ponder what it's going to look like in the future for that game, because it has stood the test of time, and I think that is the most interesting thing. Is a game as simple as Minecraft is still popular 11 years after its release.
There hasn't really been a game like that other than like maybe Terraria. I personally am not into Terraria, but I know it's very big.
Skyrim, maybe.
Skyrim, yeah, for sure. I'm also not into Skyrim, but I know that's also very big as well.
Yeah.
Call of Duty has started to shave off.
Yeah.
Just in general, which is a little sad, but it has. I mean, what else? I don't know. It's like
RuneScape, maybe.
That's tough because the RuneScape community is like really tight knit, and they are still expanding. It's just personally, I fell off of it. So at the same time, I don't want to just be like, yeah, their RuneScape has fallen off because I stopped playing. And I never even got a 99 cape.
Yeah, I never really played RuneScape. But yeah,
Fun Penguin. Rest in
R.I.P.
peace. Rest in peace. It's back though.
Did someone buy it? Is that how it went?
I don't know. I have. It came back, and I feel like because it came back, I probably should have checked it out as a Club Penguin enthusiast like myself.
Right.
But I never did, so I'm not quite sure what the thing was. I know where it died to turn into a mobile game by Disney or something, and then that died because it didn't do very well or something, and then I heard they're back. I don't know these things, Zach. Unfortunately, I also fell off the Club Penguin life, but that was shit. But yeah, there's been a lot of games, and yeah, Minecraft really has just been chilling.
Yeah.
It keeps updating, keeps doing new things, and I think that's great because I mean, it is a sandbox game. I think that has a lot of potential because if it's a sandbox game, you can literally do anything. If you don't like the new update, you could probably just keep playing it without ever experiencing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the new warden is cool, but I'm sitting here building my town.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I think the accessibility of the older versions has made it super easy to just kind of go back and be able to go back to old reliable, 1.7.10 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
God, I played that version of Minecraft for like 5 years.
I think it was 1.8.2, which was the update where like everybody who made mods was like, okay, we're not making any mods for anything that's not 1.8.2. Like they do like 1.8.3, 4 and stuff. And like, nope, 1.8.2. These are where the mods are going to be. Feed the beast 1.8.2. Don't you dare touch that 1.8.10. Don't you do it. Yep. I could be wrong. I might get these numbers mixed up, but I do remember that just being a time. And yeah, and I think it was also 1.7.10 where it's like, all right, mods here, nowhere else.
Yeah.
Stay here. Don't. Shh. You want to feed the beast? You better feed the beast at 1.7.10.
Bro, I remember playing Feed the Beast on version 1.5.2.
You know what scares me? I do too, by the way. 1.5.2 was a great update. Oh man, yeah. I remember I stuck on that one for a while. What scares me about modded Minecraft is that I only knew so much about modded Minecraft because I kept watching it. And I kept watching it and watching it and watching it and watching it to the point where I just knew what to do. I knew what generators to do and what worked with what, and I could figure out how these things worked because I watched these series. Now I don't watch these series, and I would feel like I would go into modded Minecraft and be fucking clueless. And that scares me.
I mean, for me, I still remember enough about a lot of the old reliable tried and true mods like Tinker's Construct.
Oh man, that's such a good, I remember, that was my shit. I don't remember that though. I've forgotten it. I mean, I remember what it was, but I forgot how to do everything. I remember I had tricks and stuff, and I had all sorts of things planned out, but I don't remember the report. Zach.
Yeah, there's applied energistics. Do you remember that?
Yes, that was good.
Where you literally build a fucking computer. That was cool.
Classic. And I used to just do that by memory. Just have everything made and just be like, all right, bet. All power source, yeah, dog, yeah, we're chilling.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh no, I'm an old person now, Zach.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything.
I mean, you know, we look at these older versions of Minecraft, older versions of mod packs and everything like that, and you know, we look at it in a very positive light. And I mean, granted, it was janky as fuck. Like the older versions of Minecraft were so buggy and so stupid that you could just exploit the shit out of it. Yeah, even in vanilla. But
even it was so bad, and it honestly was just like, yeah, it just kind of happens. It's all good.
That's just what Minecraft was at that point. It was perfectly imperfect. And I think that was what made it so good, was the fact that it was janky at times. It would fuck up a lot. You know, you would end up not having chunks load, and then you would fall into the void for no fucking reason. God damn it. And you know, that's just kind of how it was. And you know, that was the beauty of Minecraft. You know, it was what it was, and you could do whatever you wanted with it. And you know, that sparked a lot of creativity for me, especially, and more so when I got into modded Minecraft and everything like that, because you know, it took endless possibilities and made it even more endless. Yeah, you know, like I could make fucking giant boats, like sail ships and stuff.
I know. Do you remember, I know we're rambling, I'm so sorry, but like the Technic pack, and like, do you remember little turtles? I think they're called turtles, and you coded them, Zach, to mine and stuff. You coded them. I was coding, Zach.
Mining turtles. That's what they were.
That's what they were. And farming turtles and whatever turtles to make you do random shit. People just made them to do quarry shit. Like, you didn't want to make a quarry, Zach? That's just expensive. Just make a turtle. Do it for you, Zach. All you need is some iron and a diamond pickaxe and say, all right, time to learn some code.
Yeah. Dude, do you remember the chests that would follow you around and eat stuff?
Oh my gosh, I do. Oh my gosh. I remember that.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, but it's I would love to. So the plan for our server is that it will just be the basic vanilla server, that it will be a long-term server. And then eventually, if we really want to, we can make new servers to have like, I don't know, like mods, or have like a gimmick or something. But we can always have this vanilla server to fall back to. That's basically the idea I have of this server. It will just be the UChat SMP server that just doesn't go away. We just keep building on it. We keep expanding on it. We can build a town if we want to and just keep expanding the town. We do our own thing. As new updates come, we can do things. And then there's a plugin where you can basically make a new world within the server. So like if there is a new update, and it would just be like, okay, so who wants to travel 50 billion blocks to find the new biome? No, we can just hit the, make a new world, and in the server and check it out, you know, things like that, right? That's the idea. So basically, it'll just be the server, and then we can build upon it as we feel to. And I think it'll be fun, you know. It's been a long time since I've just grinded Minecraft, so I'm super excited. Like I wanted I've played Minecraft in a very odd way. I played like single player worlds, obviously, as everyone does, right? But I've just played it kind of traditionally, and I've built things here and there, but I've never really just like built things to like let's say, for example, I'm going to build a town.
Yeah.
Like a full town or a castle or something.
I never did that.
I've never done that either. And I feel like, or like, this is going to be a community thing. What if I just build a shop?
Yeah.
You know?
What if I just
and do business with my fellow friends?
Yeah. What if I just build a KFC and have like a chicken murder farm
and sell it to my friends who are also in the server? I've never done this before.
Yeah.
So I feel like it'd be fun because if I mean, you know, even in the server that you have, you just like kind of a Minecraft server, and we build our own houses, and we beat the Ender Dragon, and we just kind of grind and play and strip mine every now and then. But do you have have you built like this elaborate town with like a grid or some sort or something, you know, and just like, you know, just this idea of a community? I've never done that before. So I feel like it will be fun to do. So that's kind of the envisionment of what will be Craft. I don't think we're gonna go with that. I don't think we're gonna go with that. I don't know. If you have a funny name, or if you have a clever name, feel free to let me know. And if you have a clever name, feel free to let me know as well, the audience. While you go below the description to comment that, below the sub button to comment that, below our links to our socials to comment that, below the Patreon if that's ready, and below the coffee to comment any ideas for what we should call this server. By the time this is up, that may already be decided or not. Who knows? Depends if I can work on these episodes. But that's all I have. Thank you, everybody. Do you have anything to say, Zach?
Not really. Be good people. Enjoy Minecraft. Enjoy what you do in your free time.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
And don't be afraid to buy used things, god damn it.
Fucking yeah. I don't know why we just got so aggressive, but fucking yeah.
Buy a refurbished laptop. Pull that pube hair out. It's okay. No, don't do that. That's actually gross. You should call someone.
Yeah, you should probably call someone.
But if you are hesitant, if you are serious about it, feel free to yank that shit out and be like, this is a laptop. This is a laptop with the pube hair in it, and it's no longer there because I yanked it out with 5 layers of gloves, Zach. And a fire extinguisher. Thank you, everybody. You have a good night now. Bye.
Bye.